are so glad to have you here. And I want to tell you about some new concerns about people who are suffering from seizures after vaping. The FDA is investigating 127 reported cases in which people experienced neurological issues, such as seizures, after using e-cigarettes. Now, it says most of the reports came from kids or young adults, but officials say it's just not clear that e-cigarettes caused the seizures. And they cautioned, in some cases, other drug use could have been a factor here. Dr. Daria is back with us to help explain what's happening in this regard. So I'm wondering, when we said that, first and foremost, young adults, is there a sense that age is a factor here?
They're finding patterns. And what happened was this spring, the FDA had noticed a pattern of people having seizures in the setting of using e-cigarettes or vaping. So they kind of put this announcement out to the public. And since then, they've had 92 more reports. But we see it in young adults. We see it in older people as well, but especially kids and younger adults.
At what point do they have the seizures? Is it right after they vape? Is it hours later? Is it different for each individual?
That's a very good question. The FDA is asking the same thing because they're not seeing a pattern there. Sometimes it's after the first inhalation, sometimes it's later in the day. So they don't really know. What we do know is that seizures are a known symptom of nicotine poisoning. And the problem with e-cigarettes is that it can be so variable how much nicotine you get depending on the design and how you use it. Some e-cigarettes have more nicotine than an entire pack of cigarettes.
Oh my gosh. So when we say seizures, how serious are these seizures? Well, I mean, do they last a long time? Is there any effect thereafter?
So that's what they're looking into, and if there is any direct cause between them. And because a seizure can be a generalized seizure, can last minutes to longer. So they're looking to see what's going on. And I think it is important to tell people that what we know is that for people who are current smokers, e-cigarettes may be kind of a less harmful alternative than traditional cigarettes. But for people who do not smoke, studies show that kids who pick up e-cigarettes are more likely to develop an addiction, even more than regular cigarettes.
Sure, sure. It's a gateway, I suppose. It has been shown.
Yeah, and if you think it's harmless, you tend to use it more, and it has that high addictive nicotine substance in it, which we know is addictive and not necessarily safe.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Daria. We appreciate it. Absolutely. So, also talking about some health news, swapping red meat for chicken could drastically lower a woman's risk of getting breast cancer. Researchers in a new government study found that women who ate the highest amounts of red meat were 23% more likely to develop breast cancer than women who ate very little red meat. They also found women who ate more poultry, turkey, duck, had a 15% lower risk than women who didn't eat much poultry at all. So researchers, they're not sure what's behind the decrease, but they say it's a simple change that can make a big difference, just so you know.